Good morning, Milwaukee. Surprise! You have a guest host on Say Something Real this morning. I am Wanda Montgomery. I'm not the Michelle Bryant. If you've been listening at all this week, you know that Michelle is on an HBCU college tour with a number of students from the Milwaukee area. And so we wish them well, and we hope that they are learning and enjoying themselves wherever they might be this morning. She might be listening in because I'm sure she don't want her guest host to mess up nothing. And my plan is to follow the script, do what I need to do. You know how they say when people invite you to their house, you want to behave so that you can come back again. And I have a confession to make. Uh-oh. This is the first time that I've hosted a radio program.
You made history.
History. It should have been yesterday, because then I could have made Women's History Month. But so it's not April Fool.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not April Fool.
It is not April Fool. I am here in living color. Now, what I will tell you that may feel like it's April Fool is the weather was 70 on Monday.
Yeah.
A little cooler on yesterday with rain.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have gone back to winter.
Yeah.
So don't let the outside fool you. Put your coats on because it is cold today. So as we start on this morning, I want to welcome or say good morning to Mr. Debo. How are you this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well.
I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. Glad to see you over there. You said something in your opening that behaving like you want to come back. Yeah.
Well,
Glad to hear you say that.
You never know. And I met Mr. Clark for the first time this morning in person. How are you, Mr. Clark?
Who you with?
Now, you know who say that all the time?
Who say that?
Angela.
Right.
I hear her on the radio.
Yeah.
Not only do I hear her on the radio, I see her in the community. So I saw her on Saturday.
Wow.
And she come for me every time. Every time she see me. Miss Wanda. You know,
there you go.
She was following me around on Saturday for something she wanted from me. And finally I said, Angela, I'll give it to you. Just give me a chance. I'm gonna give it to you. And I did. So I kept my word. And then she turned around and went back and got the same thing and brought it back to me. So we had some fun on Saturday. Okay, it's Wednesday. Jermaine.
Uh-oh.
What's your word?
Well, since we sticking to the script around these ways,
Here we go.
I have a question. Someone has a question. That someone is me.
All
My
right.
question to you and everybody else in here: if a cow has no legs, would that be considered ground beef?
You know what? Michelle, I told you that boy's a fool. I kid you not. Where you getting this stuff from?
I don't know. I sat at home and said self, and myself said, huh?
I keep telling
And
him
we-
himself need a companion.
And we came up with this foolishness.
Himself needs somebody.
You need to go get a show. Get a show and be on that show. You might get a few tips. I don't know if anybody will pay you, but you might get a few tips. Hey, anyhow.
But it's good to see you.
Thank you.
And you are wonderful, you're beautiful, and you do a great job at what you do. So I just want to applaud you for what you do.
Thank
and
you.
You also have a phone call.
Oh, I do.
Already.
Uh-oh.
Already.
Who might that be?
Uh-oh. They own
Caller.
Good morning.
Uh-oh.
How are you?
You must have stayed up all night waiting to get to me today.
No, ma'am. I've been up all night because I just lost my grandson.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was 20 years old.
Here in town, Angela?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. committed suicide because he has
Oh.
some mental health problems going on.
Mm.
Sorry to hear about that.
So,
I am so sorry to hear that. And what I will say to you is I will certainly pray for you and your family, but I will also say for anyone else that's out there, a lot of people have challenges. And we need to, if we can, connect them with appropriate resources because there are a lot of things that our young people are facing.
yeah.
And they may not know how to handle it and they may not want to talk to you, but there are resources available. So as we hear that on this morning, I just want you to know that our hearts go out to you
Thank you.
and your family. And I pray that throughout this day, not dwell on the suicide, but dwell on the life that he lived and the importance he was in your life.
I am. Thank you so much. And I just want these young people to know that whoever your family member going through, grab hold to them because they need help.
Yes,
We
they
did
do.
everything we could to help my grandson, and it just wasn't enough. He just got tired.
Yeah. But I would also say to you, don't blame yourself.
Oh, I don't. My
You
daughter,
did.
she doing that, but I'm letting her know it ain't your fault.
Yeah.
Cause she was a great mother. She was a good mother to my grandkids.
Yes.
It's just something that happened,
Yeah.
and now I gotta just pull my bootstraps up there and be strong for her.
Yes, you do that, and then find purpose in his life. I had a nephew that committed suicide. He was 19 a few years ago. His parents found it very difficult to move on to continue, but now they found purpose in doing some things to honor his life.
Yeah,
So I would encourage your family to do the same.
yeah, that's what I'm. I talk to his dad every day. We talked all last night, me and his dad, cause he's a good dude. He was there for my grandkids. Even though him and my daughter got a divorce, when he put that first baby in her, he came to me and her dad said, "I want to marry your daughter since I'm giving her kids. I want to make her right."
Yeah.
So he married her. They stayed together for 18 years. But it was just something my grandson just he couldn't handle it. But he all right though. He gonna be all right because I'm gonna make sure that she gonna be all right and everything gonna it's gonna be rough. He's in Golden Gate. We're burying him next week Friday.
Okay. Well, you stay in touch. You stay
I
in
will.
touch. All right. You have a good day, Miss
Okay.
Angela.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
You better do a good job. I'm gonna
Uh,
call in and let you know about
oh,
yourself.
gee. Okay.
So you
I,
ain't Michelle Brown.
uh,
Goodbye, Miss Wanda. You all have a good day and God bless you all. Love you guys.
love you too.
Yep.
Yes, you gotta do that. That's sad, but it is reality, unfortunately. Um, uh, I need to do the preliminary things, you guys, so that um how to be in touch or get in touch with the station. This is Say Something Real, the Michelle Bryant show. I am hosting on today. There are two numbers I want to give you if you want to call in. Some of you already have it. You probably got it on speed dial. 414-444-5490 and 414-444-5530. This program is being hosted on the radio, 860 AM and 106.5 FM. You got Facebook Live and you got YouTube. And if I was home right now, I'd be watching myself on YouTube, but I'm not. So we just want to give you that information so you have it. And as we have guests in this morning, if you miss something, the show is recorded. You can go back and pick it up. You could call in if there's opportunities for you to get in and ask a question. We certainly want to give you that opportunity. The one thing I want to share with you on today, this week, is early voting in the state of Wisconsin. And in the city of Milwaukee, they have several early voting locations, and you can vote all the way up to Easter Sunday, which is this coming Sunday, April 5th. There are, let me see, 6 locations you can vote at: Good Hope Library, Midtown Voting Center, Tippecanoe Library, UWM Zalazzo Center, Washington Park Senior Center, Zablocki Library, Zeidler Municipal Building. Those are all for the city of Milwaukee. Early voting goes through April 5th. Then, because I'm in a municipality, a part of Milwaukee County, if you live in a municipality outside of the city, you can also vote early. And most of those municipalities, you go to City Hall in those municipalities. Go to City Hall, and I believe early voting is through Friday of this week, not Sunday, but through Friday. All elections are important. All elections are local. I want to remind you that people say, well, there's nothing on there for me to vote for. There's Supreme Court justice. Those are for the state. That's a contested race. Most of the other names on the ballot, there are a number of judges. There's some county supervisors on the ballot. There's some contested, some not contested. But we should always get in the practice of voting, because as you can see now, you got national administration that's trying to take over our voting and don't want us to vote. So we don't want to miss an opportunity that we have to make our voices heard, so that we're part of the process and not being processed, I guess. Be a part of the process and not being processed. I understand there's a caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. Caller.
Oh, good morning, Miss Montgomery.
Good morning.
I was going to ask you, when is the last day for mail-in ballot? Because I haven't been able to get to my post office about, but I'm going today.
Okay, if you need to get that mail-in ballot in as soon as possible, or what you can do is all of these polling sites, they have a box, I believe, in front. You can take it and put it in those boxes.
Yeah,
and you
I
may
have to put it in the one downtown library, but I was wondering what was the last day. I still got time.
Yeah. You still have time, but the sooner you get it, if you put it in the mailbox, it may take a little while.
No, I'm gonna put it in the Dropbox.
Do the Dropbox. That's probably more secure.
Yeah, because I haven't been able to get to my mailbox. I mean, my post office box.
Yeah, I would definitely get it to a Dropbox, because then you can be assured that it's there.
Yep, I'm gonna get that done this morning.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Thank you. And I'm sending out my sympathy to the lady that was on the phone talking about her grandson.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Keep her in prayer.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. As
Thank you.
One of the things that I appreciate about WNOV, that this is a station that provides information to the community. You can call in. You can't do that everywhere. You can call in, you can ask questions, you can call in, give your opinion. You can call in and find out what's going on in the community. So it is open and accessible for us to learn what's going on in the community. So I certainly appreciate what they do. But as we get back to the election, we want to make sure, if you've already voted and you know somebody who hasn't, remind them, encourage them. This is really a testing ground. We need to be voting now in April. so that we remember to vote in August and then come back again in November. There are 4 times you can vote throughout the year. They call it FAM: February, April, August, November. FAN. FAAN. FAAN. We need to vote, and we know that our voices matter and our votes matter. We've seen it happen. We've seen people win with 1 vote. That happens. So we need to make sure that we get out and we do our part. So I want to just share with you as we move forward on today, the areas that I will be uh, providing information and resources today. We have people that will be coming in this morning that will be talking about Healthy Start for Growing Families. And that is a program that is here in Wisconsin, specifically in Milwaukee County. There will be people that are working in this arena. They're going to come and share with you what Healthy Start is all about, how you can get involved, how you can share it with family and friends. And then we will have another group of people that will come in and talk about supportive services for families. And Healthy Start for Growing Families is about how do we support families that are either planning pregnancies, are pregnant, or recent births. And Debo, I don't know where Debo went, but I think he got a new grandbaby, don't he? That's a few months old.
I believe so, right?
Debo.
Debo may be gone, but Debo need to listen to this information because he may be something he want to share with his daughter,
Right.
for his grandchild. So we want to provide that information on this morning, and it looks like we are up on a break time. So we will take our break now and come back with our first set of guests. Right. All right. Thank you. I told y'all this is my first time hosting the show. So, it's interesting. You get to see kind of behind the scenes stuff. All this technology, the computer with messaging, and you got to watch the clock. But I'm grateful that Jermaine is here, even though he had his Wednesday joke.
Someone asked
Wednesday
a
word.
question. It's a question.
Um, and y'all think about it. This young man done got up early in the morning to come in here and give that joke.
It's a question. I couldn't help myself.
A
Miss
question.
Wanda. Yeah, I sometimes I sit and talk to myself, and I answer. So
You talk to yourself and you answer.
Yeah,
That's you know what that's called.
It's called conversation, ain't it?
No, it's called schizophrenia. No. Anywho, we're moving to. Looks like I got a call.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a call. Who's calling me this morning?
Well, good morning, Empress of Brown Deer, Miss Wanda Montgomery. How are you doing this morning, dear?
I'm good. How are you? Is that JT?
Yes, ma'am. And my good morning to the outstanding gentleman in the studio this morning.
Good morning, Jay Tizzle.
Good morning. Who you with?
Papa.
Hey, I'm with you, too. Hey, where's Debo hiding at?
Debo somewhere being Debo.
Oh, okay. Tell him to come out the basement.
Oh, Lord.
You come upstairs and be in the studio. I don't know what he's doing in the basement at the studio, but I guess that's a secret. Anyway, good morning again, Wanda. Well, I heard on the news, on Channel 12 News this morning, where Donald Trump was trying to sign an executive order yesterday to stop mail-in ballots and try to prove if you was born in the United States, and and especially the Democrats governing states. But however, he's being blocked by a lot of the judges in the states by him trying to, stop voting, mail-in ballots and all of that. Have you heard about that?
Absolutely, I've heard about it. And what I will say to that is my mother taught me growing up, if you don't have nothing nice to say about somebody, don't say nothing at all. But what I would say is he doing too much.
Yes.
He doing too much. And we need to watch. Because a lot of this stuff, he's not just doing, he got some people back there that's supporting it. So we really need to be mindful. And again, it goes back to our voting. We need to vote to make sure that the appropriate people are in office. And it's sad because, as Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Because everything that was said about this candidate, president, he is doing. And so none of us should be surprised. And that's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. Well, I'm sure most of the listening audience that's listening to this radio station do try to go out and vote, to do the best they can. And like you said, we talk to our family members. The ones that's going to vote, they're going to vote. The ones that's not, they're not. But sometimes you have to carry the water, carry the load yourself for other people. But yes, I think the majority of us are going to get out to vote. I'm lining up on April 7th, and as usual. But yes, it's just interesting how this buffoon is just, run wild and free, killing people, causing misery and pain, food prices, gas prices going up. And they just, the mega, what I call the Republicans, is the mega, first of all, the Nazi mega Ku Klux Klan Republican Party. That's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
And now, what's interesting, Wanda, is he's hurting his own people.
He doesn't have any people. You don't know that? It's just him.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's just him.
Oh,
He's just looking
I
around.
wasn't supposed.
Everybody else is worshiping him like he's some type of gold statue or something. Excuse the pun.
I wasn't supposed to say that. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Like, hey, tell her like it is. Tell her like it is, dear. Anyway, thank you for taking my call and have a good day, Wanda. You're doing a great job.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So as I mentioned earlier, we want to talk about a resource and information we want to share with the Milwaukee community. There is a program that is a part of our federal government. It's housed in HRSA, which is Health Resources and Services Administration. They have been providing grant dollars across the country for programs that it's called Healthy Start is the grant. And it's a 5-year grant that is awarded to different communities across the country. So as we share information on this morning, there may be people that are here in the Milwaukee area or Racine, which is the area that we work in, or in other parts of the country. HRSA funds this project in other states. So I know that there are people that chime in from Texas, from Tennessee, from Georgia, Arizona, all over the country. They chime in and listen to Michelle. The information that we're going to share with you today, although it's specific to Milwaukee, this particular program, Healthy Start, might be in your community. And so I would encourage you, as you hear what we're talking about, look on their website and see if there is a resource in your community. I would also say to you, if you are a grandparent, an aunt, or an uncle locally or in other parts of the country that know you have a young niece or nephew that's under the age of 18 months, somebody that's pregnant, this program is really designed for them. So in Milwaukee County, our program is called Healthy Start for Growing Families. And Healthy Start for Growing Families is to support families while their children are young, give them that foundation and support. I can tell you as a parent, grandparent now, the children don't come with a binder that tells you everything you need to know, where you need to go, when you need to go, how you need to do. Now, there are certain things you get about immunizations, and you go in for your well baby checks and they tell you the different things that you need. But where are the services and gaps that can support you in the midst of those or between those appointments, or questions that you might have that can help you be the best parent that you can be? And so we have one guest here this morning, and we're anticipating someone else to arrive. But if she doesn't, and we're not sure, she may be just running late. But I do have Sheena Slay Walker. Yeah, give her a little hand clap. And Sheena is the manager for Healthy Start program. It's a part of Children's Service Society, which is a part of Children's Wisconsin. And what I will share with you also is that Black Child Development Wisconsin is a subcontract on this Healthy Start grant. And so I'm going to have Sheena kind of give you history of where we are, and then share with you the overview of the program and how parents can become engaged. And I know Sheena's been on the radio before. I don't know how long ago, but I'm going to tell her to take her time, because I know Sheena talks fast. I talk fast too. Take your time because we want people to get the information. So welcome, Miss Sheena, to my first radio host show.
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Get up to the mic.
Oh, so yeah, I am the manager for our Healthy Start for Growing Families program. And as Ms. Wanda already mentioned, we are blessed to be one of 115 Healthy Start sites across the country that really work with families to support maternal and child health and promote healthy birth outcomes while reducing racial disparities in our area. So our specific program serves Milwaukee and all of Racine County. And we work with parents before, during, and after pregnancy. That's what healthy birth outcomes means to us, making sure that people are healthy if they're planning a pregnancy, healthy during their pregnancy, as well as after their pregnancy through that first year of that infant's life. And we actually go all the way up to a baby's 18th birth or 18th month mark. So it takes a village, right? And so we don't do this program by ourselves. I'm over at Children's Wisconsin, but there are 5 partners who make up the entire Healthy Start for Growing Families program that work together to support the families in our program. So over at Children's, we have family health navigators, and they work with families one-on-one. So if a mom, family, or a dad comes in with his baby, then they are going to work with them to figure out exactly what needs they have, what goals they want to work on, what does that family need to make sure that they are healthy, and then support them by getting them connected to different resources, whether that's medical, whether that's a social need, something like housing or food or clothing, things like that. We have families sometimes that are in need of financial support or educational support. Whatever that resource is that is needed, the navigator is going to help that family get connected to that. And we also have a parent educator role within our program. And so that is to provide services and support in a group format. And so if a family doesn't necessarily maybe want one-on-one support, but they want to get some parent education or some other support in a group format, and also connect with other families that are in that group, then we also offer that. And then we also have a therapist on our team. And so any of our families who are coming in and working with our family health navigators, and during that period, because we are focused on healthy birth outcomes, if there's any concerns with mental health, concerns with just being really stressed, things like that, then our families can have a straight direct connection to our therapist instead of maybe being referred out or having to wait for that type of support. The best thing about our program is that all of our services and support that we offer to the community is free.
It's what?
It is free.
It's free.
So if you are planning to have a baby, currently pregnant or postpartum, you can get that all of our services and support that we offer for free. And then BCDI, or Black Child Development Institute of Wisconsin, is our partner that oversees our community piece. And so we'll hear a little bit more about that. But one of the other tenets of our program, in addition to providing that one-on-one support and that group support, is how do we make a bigger impact within our community? And so we know that we can provide support and services to the families enrolled in our program, but we know that this issue impacts on a bigger scale, so within our city. And so how can we come together, hear the community's voice? So we encourage any parents in the community to be part of that community consortium and really kind of help us to lead the work that we're doing within our consortium to tell us what issues specifically are you facing? What could help things be better for you to make sure we're ensuring healthy birth outcomes within our community as a whole? And so BCDI facilitates or oversees that community consortium piece of the program. Essentially Empowered is another one of the grant partners that makes up our program, and that is doula support. So free childbirth education, free doula support, as long as you are enrolled in our program. And then also we have evaluators through CUPH, or Center for Urban Population Health, and Chorus Community Health Plan, which is a Medicaid company that you don't necessarily have to be connected to them. You don't have to have them if you're in our program, but they are a support and are a partner. So, and if anybody does have that Medicaid HMO, then there are some benefits and things like that you can get through their insurance as well.
And let me interject this, because what you should know is this program with Healthy Start for Growing Families was really designed. We responded to an RFP, but it was written around what we believe was needed in Milwaukee County. So it's not just a cookie cutter where you just respond to what the government has said, but we had an opportunity to really design a program that we believe would benefit the Milwaukee community. The other thing, and I don't know if Sheena said this is our second round. So Children's and Black Child Development have partnered now. We're finishing our 7th year. So today starts the beginning of our 8th year of a partnership together. And the other thing I will say to you, you know, when we talk about a health navigator that helps you to maneuver, a lot of parents just don't know where to go. And when you have somebody that has that information readily available and it don't cost you nothing. And you can be, here's the other thing. Sometimes people think, well, I'm already participating in this program over here. That does not stop you from participating in Healthy Start. It is available and accessible to you. And we're going to give you the information on how to reach out. I do want to just put the numbers out again, just in case you're watching and you have some questions. The 2 numbers are 414-444-5490 or 414-444-5530. And y'all didn't tell me I should be watching this screen too, because people be putting notes up here, little messages. So somebody said, we still got federal grants. Yes, we do. Some of it got cut. They cut it quick, but they didn't cut this. And so we've been able to continue without disruption. There was a little delay, but no disruption. And so this program is fully funded, unless somebody get mad one night and decide they're going to come back and cut something else, because we see that happening too. But as Sheena had mentioned, Black Child Development, our 2 major areas on this grant is we have a parent outreach education coordinator. And that person actually works directly with parents in the community and those that are part of Healthy Start to help them with specific areas that they've identified as areas they want to learn more in. Now, we've already kind of developed 5 different topics of training or education that we can provide parents that participate in that. And it's limited to 5 parents at a time. Those that participate, there is compensation. So you're going through training and you get a stipend. So, I don't know how many places you go and they pay you for training for your own benefit, because it really is for your own benefit. The other thing I will say is the community consortium is facilitated by one of our staff people, but also a parent. And that parent that we have right now that's co-facilitating is alumni of the Healthy Start program. So she went through the program, but and she wanted to be there to support other parents. So she is co-facilitating this community consortium meetings. The community consortium consists of not just Healthy Start participants and our staff, but other agencies that may have, they may be interested because they offer other services that can support families. So the fatherhood, we have Fathers Making Progress. Teron Edwards is at the table. We've had Dad Doula, who's participated. We've had some other community groups like W2 and Community Advocates has attended. La Causa, some of the other agencies that work with families in the community. Because what it's really about is how do we hear and bring things together so that we are working together and not so much apart. Because at the end of the day, we all need probably everything that's out there at some point in our lives. And then the other thing is, how do we learn and then share it with somebody else. Each one teach one. How can we learn and then turn around and help someone else? Um, I told y'all Sheena talks fast, so don't worry about it. I may have her repeat some things because I know she talks fast. I talk fast too, but I'm a little more mature, so I can kind of slow down. But Sheena, if I wanted to get involved with Healthy Start, is there a number? Is there a website? Is there where can I find out more about it?
Yes, so you can find us on our website or by calling us. So our website is healthystartgf.org. Again, that is healthystartgf.org. We have a referral form right on our website, so you can find more information about us, but you can also click right on sign up. And let us know that you're interested. When we get those inquiries about being interested, we contact everybody within 2 business days. Also, you can contact us by phone, which is 414-292-4243. 414-292-4243. And I thought I was doing good with my pace. I felt like I was actually talking
She talks
slower
faster, y'all.
than I normally do. But I'm still work on that.
Yes. And if you don't remember that, you can also contact Black Child Development, 414-236-5641, or on our website, bcdi-wisconsin.org, or our Facebook page. And we try and send out reminders all the time of the events, meetings that are going to be taking place. So I would encourage you, and if all else fails, Google Healthy Start Wisconsin and see what is what's out there. And or Google my name, Wanda Montgomery, and you can find me. It's attached to Black Child Development. We want, again, for you to be aware of this program, and we'll talk a little bit more after the break. Be aware of this program. Share it with family and friends. You may be listening right now. You don't have a baby. You're not pregnant, but you know somebody. You got a grandchild. You got a niece or a nephew. I already called out Debo because I heard on the radio that he got a new grandbaby. So at least just share the information so that your family is aware of it. Because at the end of the day, the one thing we don't want people to say, I didn't know about that. I wish I had known. So here again, WNOV is a resource to this community to get information out. That's why we're here today, because we want to make sure you know about Healthy Start for growing families. I think we got up on a break. Am I right? I'm following directions. Jermaine over there, I ain't gonna tell him what you doing.
I'm over here going to town with these pineapples.
I told y'all.
Wednesday.
I'm going to town. Woo-wee.
All right.
You going to break?
Yeah, I guess we can go to break.
This clock says 7:49. Y'all told me 7:49.
No, you got to watch me for the break.
Oh, gee, you over there eating pineapple.
Yeah, because I'm going to let you, get more into it. And,
let me see what this girl calling me for.
I'm over here enjoying my pineapples while you. I guess we
somebody calling me from. We ain't no break.
No, we can go to break.
I'm still talking.
Yeah, you were still talking.
What are you doing?
Because you didn't sign us off. You were supposed to say, you were supposed to get the tagline going on.
Oh, my goodness. We'll be right back.
There you go.
Welcome back to Say Something Real. Michelle Bryan is not here today, and I am not trying to be her because y'all know if I was anywhere close, she would be off the chain right now. What they just did to me.
What we do
They
to
didn't.
you?
Y'all didn't tell me that I was still on air.
Well, one, I was over here directing, right?
No, you wasn't.
But
you was over there eating pineapple.
But I was directing myself.
Oh, yourself.
And then I was gonna get to you, because we wasn't ready for the break because I was still eating.
Right.
Just like I'm doing right now.
But I'm following around the show, doing what I'm supposed to do, and you over there eating pineapple.
But I got a job I gotta do too.
Well, that's a rookie mistake. That's the first. That's my mistake. Rookie mistake. You know how they talk about hot mic. I'm glad I didn't say nothing.
Listen here, it would have went viral. It went viral.
Y'all know. It is, what is it, 7:57 in the morning, and I got some beautiful black women up in here. I know. Listen, I know Debo and Clark, Jermaine especially, because Jermaine he talks to himself, and when his self tell him to do it, then he do it.
I just do it. I felt that thing.
There you go. Anyway, we will get to our new guest in a moment, but I want to go back to Miss Sheena. And, I told y'all Sheena talk fast, but Sheena going to slow down because we need to remind you of how to connect with us for Healthy Start. And then she's going to share with you a story of a parent that we recently encountered and the success of that story. So, Sheena.
Okay, so just to let you all know again how to get in contact with our program, you can reach us on our website, which is healthystartgf.org, healthystartgf.org, or you can contact us by phone at 414-292-4243, 414-292-4243. And the last thing I just want to share with you all is I shared earlier around the work that our health navigators do around connecting families to resources and support. And so some of that work involves really advocating for the families that we work with and making sure our families feel empowered to be able to advocate for themselves, even beyond working with our program. And so recently we had a family enroll in our program and was concerned because she was being told that she needed to have a C-section. And this mom did not want a C-section. And so she also did not have a birth plan. And one of our family health navigators got involved with this mom, attended the next doctor's appointment with her. And while our navigator was there and they were able to advocate for her and support her, the mom was told that she did not have to have a C-section and she could deliver naturally. And they were also willing to just pull out the paperwork then and create a birth plan with her right there and then and there on the spot. That mom successfully delivered naturally the next week and was able to give birth and have her birth story the way that she wanted it to have. So that's just an example of some of the things that happen within our program. We definitely connect family to resources, but also really attending appointments or being part of phone calls as necessary to really advocate for our families and make sure they have the healthy birth outcomes that they desire for their family.
Wonderful. Where's your applause, Jermaine?
Oh, yeah, I got something for it. All the hands you need right there.
So that is an example of what this program can provide, as well as connecting people to community resources. A lot of times parents don't access it because they don't know it. And we now, we go out and we set up booths at different events to share information, but you don't always get people showing up to those. So every opportunity we get, we try and make sure that we share it with families. I had a meeting in the office I think it was yesterday, with a woman that I had met in the community 3 different times. And the third time she reached out to me through Facebook and said, you know what? can I come and meet with you? And I said, sure. So we scheduled a meeting. She came to the office and she told me, she said, you know what? I've met with you or I've seen you in the community 3 different occasions. And she said, each time you were just so nice to me. She said, I felt like there was something I needed to talk with you about. So we met. And in that conversation, I found out that she got an 8-month-old baby. I didn't know it. And so I was able to share the information about Healthy Start. And she wants to be more involved with the work that we're doing at Black Child Development. So just by me agreeing to meeting her, now I can't meet with everybody, but as she said, after 3 times, there must be a reason I'm supposed to meet with you. So apparently there is a call. Caller, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Montgomery. Good morning to the guests in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Debo and Mr. Rideout, Mr. Clark. Who you with? You fool.
Oh, come on,
cool,
come
fool.
on.
On April Fool. You fool, be cool, fool. Good morning, Milwaukee. Tyrone W. speaking. I've talked with you on several occasions, Wanda, and it sounds like wonderful things that you have going over there with Black. And I don't have a pen right now, but before you leave the air, give those 2 numbers again for Black Child and the Wellness Center. Excuse me. But because a lot of wonderful things you're doing, as well as I was going to sound like Jasper Isley, but Izzard McManus Izzard, the Izzard. But I don't know if the $5 million was a one-time go around or if it was annual. So if that $5 million was gone, and then another $5 million was coming through, and another. But kind of speak to if the programming is under the umbrella of the $5 million that Dr. Izzard, Dr. McManus, and Dr. Izzard had advocated for us for there, and I'm sure you did too. But the contract went out to Children's, and of course that left Isaac Coggs, Outreach, on Dr. King Drive or World 3rd Street. Those entities didn't get those dollars. So not to start no mess, but just kind of make it clear for us, if it was a $5 million one shot or if it's an annual $5 million, children's, and it sounds like the programming is great. Are those wraparound dollars from that $5 million part of this programming here, or how's that money actually being spent over the time that Dr. McManus and Dr. Izzard advocated for us, and where are we right now with those dollars?
Okay.
And I'll listen to you over the air because I don't want to take up any more airtime and other callers. But thank you very much, and good job then.
All right.
Thank you.
And not a problem. So these are grant dollars that are, as I said earlier, administered by HRSA, and every 5 years it's a competitive process. And this is the second go round for Children's and Black Child Development. So there was a competitive process now 7 years ago, and our collaboration was funded. It's $5 million over 5 years. When that first 5 year was almost up, we reapplied and we were awarded. But there's also another local agency, and that's Unite WI, who was also awarded a $5 million contract over 5 years. So between the two programs, we have $10 million over 5 years, $1 million for each year. However, it's not just Milwaukee. As I said earlier, our grant covers Racine County, and I believe Unite WI covers Dane County and Kenosha. So, but the good part is that we do have those dollars back in our community, because there was a time that there was a gap. And because it's only awarded every 5 years, there was a 5-year gap that we didn't get anything because no one was awarded. And what I will say, who was that? They called. What's his name? He just called.
Tyrone W.
Tyrone W. Tyrone, the other thing I want to say to you is, this is all about how do we support our children and families. And those of you who may recall the circumstance and the issues that came up before, we still have to move forward. At the end of the day, the money is here in our community. We want the community to help us to do the work on behalf of our children and their families. And guess what? Guess who I was with last night? Dr. McManus.
Oh.
Dr. McManus and my brother live in the same complex. And Pat checks me all the time. And so last night was family day. And we were there, and I got a video of Pat dancing last night. So, and she watches out for my brother. And every time I see her, we hug and we talk. So look, I have no ill regard for nobody. No, absolutely nobody. Because life is too short to hold grudges. What I will tell you, and I just told somebody that interviewed me a day or so ago, what makes you do what you do? I said, our hashtag is saving Black babies. And whatever I can do to do that, I'm going to do it to my dying breath. Saving Black babies. And we got to start young. We got to be consistent, and we can't give up. Start young, be consistent, and don't give up. So thank you for the call. Anybody else?
Nope, we're good.
All right. So we want to give those numbers again. Healthy Start is 414-292-4243, 414-236-5641 is Black Child Development. You can find out about Healthy Start on either one of those lines. So we want to make sure that you take advantage of it. Take those numbers down, get them to your family, your friends, the lady down the street, the woman in your apartment building that's got a baby. Share this information, because everybody don't listen to WNOV. Although there are people that are religious, they're going to watch it every day. So we're going to hold you to sharing this information with other people. So with that, we're going to transition. We have two beautiful Black queens. Well, we are beautiful.
Yes.
But we got two more beautiful Black queens up in here this morning. Jermaine.
What I do?
Nothing.
I'm just ready to get. Ready to get an applause.
So we had one of the things that we talk about with Healthy Start is connecting people with other resources. A lot of people go through the I say the old school process of, you get pregnant, you go to your doctor, which you need to, then you follow and then you go deliver at the hospital and do all of that, which is good. But let me tell y'all something. I didn't know about this stuff when I was having my babies. Because had I known about some other things, we went through Lamar's class. But when it came time to have the baby, my husband was standing there like he didn't know what to do. The other thing that I will say to you is I have a niece now who is a nurse practitioner, and she's in labor and delivery. Now, that wasn't her story, because her first baby, I kid you not, I left town that morning going to Indiana, and they said she in labor. Okay. We came back that night from Indiana. She's still in labor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, what's going on? So I go to the hospital, and she in there, and, the grandparents standing around, and her sister, and I'm like, so what's happening? And the doctor said, well, she got another hour, and if she don't deliver, we're going to have to do a C-section.
Mm-hmm.
And my niece was like, yeah. And I looked at all of them in the room. I said, all y'all get out.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave. Because y'all been here all day and she ain't had this baby. Now, if there was something medically wrong, I could see that.
Right.
So the doctor says she can have this baby. So they all left out, and I stayed in and talked to her. I said, the reason you are not delivering because you scared and you fighting against, and it's just me looking. But I want a C-section. I said, no, you don't. You do not want a C-section. I talked with her. I stayed in there. She had that baby in an hour.
Yeah. You were doing.
I wasn't. Yeah, I was doing. I didn't know what it was.
Yep. Yep.
So we have today Deanna Tharp, who is. Are you a licensed doula, registered doula? What do they call you? Certified doula?
I'm a certified doula and a certified doula trainer.
All right. So if y'all want to be trained, and my oldest daughter is a doula too.
Okay.
She got one baby.
Nice.
But I don't think she's doing it anymore. But anyway. And then we have Charmaine Evans, who is are you in school down to be a nurse practitioner?
No.
You finished?
A doctoral program for public health.
Doctoral program. Listen, y'all, we got some queens and we got some intelligent Black women that can tell you what you need to know. And so I'm going to let them share with you their experience on what they do and how it may relate to Healthy Start.
Awesome. So,
and Deanna, you can also share your other role.
My other role. Okay. So I am Deanna Tharp, co-founder of Wisconsin Doulas of Color Collective, executive director. We have been in existence since 2014, embarking on 12 years of servicing our community. I have been in birth work since 2010. Not only am I a doula trainer, but I am also a student midwife, delivering at home and in birth centers. Right now, I apprentice with Cova Brown with Baby Love Midwifery, and I also sit on the Black Child Development Board. I am Mrs. Montgomery's treasurer for BCDI.
Yep, she keep that money straight. That's a good thing.
I'm Charmaine Evans. I am a full spectrum holistic doula. And I'm also the founder of Womanist, which is a Black woman-centered practice where we focus on Black women's health, womb wellness, and advocacy. Excuse me. And then I'm also a community health liaison with Essentially Empowered Inc., where it Essentially Empowered is a nonprofit dedicated to improving physical and emotional and social well-being of individuals and families.
And I'm going to tell you, Charmaine.
I know I talk fast.
Slow down.
I should have warned y'all. I do. It's bad. I'm sorry. I will try to remember that. But yes, Essentially Empowered Inc. Works with families through holistic health, maternal and child health advocacy, and community-based education. And I'm also a doctoral student and a Harvard Fellow, and I deal a lot with data and statistics. So I have two perspectives on the data side and looking at all of the information and seeing the impact there, but then also boots on the ground, working with families and moms doing birth work.
And her name on her shirt say Doula Charmaine. So don't get it twisted, y'all. She know what she doing. She may talk fast, but she know what she's talking about. Some people talk fast. They don't know what they're talking about. So my question to both of you, why did you decide you wanted to be a doula?
So for me, as I tell people all the time, it's a calling. You had to be called to the work, right? It's within you.
Mic.
Oh, sorry. It's within you. You had to be called to do the work. It's because this work is so taxing and you're pouring into so many people, and not just the birthing person, but the family. It has to be God-given. So for me, I was always the person. I had everybody babies. I've been there for all of my cousins' deliveries. Every time somebody is pregnant or has some type of issue with their reproductive health, they're always calling Dee Dee, as my family calls me. So Dee Dee, it's just who I am. It's a part of my being.
All right, Miss Charmaine.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely a calling. I always tell my birth story is very interesting. My first birth was actually my little sister. We're 8 years apart. And so I got to be a part of that full process with my mom. And so I've been doing birth work all this time. So I supported friends with their pregnancies, loss of children. I never knew that that's what I was doing. And it wasn't until I met my line, well, not met my line sister, but my line sister started her doula process. And then she was like, Charmaine, you do this work all the time. Just train and do like you're already doing it. And so it was kind of like a dream deferred, because I also have a background in comparative women's studies, and my concentration was women's health at Spelman College. And so
where?
At Spelman College.
Is Michelle going? She's not going to Spelman. Is she going to Spelman? HBCU.
Yes. And so I started there because it's always been a passion. But of course, life happens and you go into a different direction. And so it's like, you know what? I'm going to lean into my passion. And so for me, I didn't look at it as like a business or for money. It was more so like, I feel happy here. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it was really a calling. So I just leaned into it and I'm here.
And so can either of you share a story about a family that you worked with through and tell us even, and I know back a few years ago when COVID happened, doulas couldn't go in the hospitals. You're looking at me.
Unless you're Deanna Tharp.
So you got in.
I got in. My goddaughter was in labor. I could hear her. And I'm a huge person for advocacy, right? Mm-hmm. We have to advocate for our people. I could hear my goddaughter from down the hall. What you're not going to do is tell me that I'm not a part of this birthing team. Her husband was there. She was there delivering her baby. I am not counted as a visitor. So I had to pull out the ACOG. I pulled out all of my certifications, who I am, what I do. Thank you so much.
So as a doula, you have the right to be able to go. If that parent has chosen you, you go in.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And we are no longer counted as a visitor. It's about 4 years ago, ACOG wrote a stat that we are considered an intricate part of the birthing team. So we are considered just like the nurse, the OB, the midwife. So you can have your 3-4 visitors and your doula is not a visitor.
So here's the other question. How do you get compensated? Either one of y'all can answer that.
So for me currently, I rely on grant funding. Because it is passion work, I think that it should be a service provided to moms without having to worry about the burden of the expense of it. And so for me, I've solely leaned on grant funding to provide my services.
And typically, how many moms would you work with at any given time?
I think that depends on, for me, clients and the need. I like it's quality over quantity for me. And I want moms to feel supported and have the adequate support. So it depends. When you were asking about families, I thought about one mom that I worked with. She was from Palestine and she was here alone. She didn't have any family. It took a little bit more support. We would go and have our sessions and I would be there for hours. We actually create a really nice friendship and bond, but it would have been a lot to have, 5 or 6 moms trying to support all of them. Yeah. And then that one person that needed a little bit more of my time. So I think it kind of depends.
Yeah, for sure. For me, when I train, I tell people, I feel like no more than 2 or 3 clients per month, especially if you have a prime, like a first-time mom, because you can go anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, right? And then you get like me.
You're there the whole time?
Doulas is continuous care, unless you have, I always tell doulas to have a backup. For me, I tap out at 12 hours. 12 to 16 hours, I'm mentally, physically done. Right. And so you have to have a backup. So then I would call Charmaine like, look, girl, it's 2 a.m. I've been here since 2 p.m. I need help. Right. It's time for us to tag team out. Let me go home, get a shower, get a couple hours of sleep, and then I'm back at it. So I always suggest 2 to 3 clients a month because there is a high turnover, as we know in this work, because it's so much. It's a lot when you're supporting not just the birthing person, but the unit as well. Mm-hmm.
So when you say 2 to 3, are they at different stages? So you could have somebody that's first trimester, second or third. So they're not all delivering maybe at the same time. Or is that?
Yeah, I would say you would have 2 or 3 that's due that month.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 or 3 that's due.
Then
that
what
month.
happens if 2 of them go at the same time?
Well, that's what your backup is for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what your
Okay.
backup is for. And that's what having your network is for,
Mhm.
right? So that's why Lakita and I work very close together, right? So, or if I have somebody up in Dane County, I work closely with the Foundation for Black Women's Wellness, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So that's what having your network and having your sisterhood is all about. So White Doc, we have 15 doulas that are active on the roster right now. So if one of my doulas, their backup isn't able, then you have a backup for the backup. You always have to have that continuity of care. You never want to drop the ball. So that's why we all work so well together.
And in the doula world, that's one thing I have to like take my hat off to all of the ladies, and I shouldn't just say ladies, everyone that works in that industry.
Because there are men doulas.
Yes, there are.
Yes.
And it's so welcoming, and everyone's understanding. You know, like it's always like, hey, you know, do you need to switch? Do you need support here? Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, and Josh Liston as well with Dad Doula.
Right.
Yep.
Right. He is the dad doula when I have questions, or if Dad has questions, I'm like, haha, that's not my area. Let me transfer you over to
So
him.
this is good conversation. I'm well past having a baby, but this is great information for those of you who are out there. I'm serious. I'm learning something. So I hope that our listening audience is learning too. I've been informed that it's time for us to take a break. So we're going to take a break and we'll come back and continue this conversation after the break. Say Something Real. And I'm going to tell you, these ladies are outstanding this morning, bringing you information and resources that you can use. We want to remind you that this is Say Something Real. Michelle Bryant is on a HBCU college tour with a number of young people from the Milwaukee area. But if you want to call in today, the numbers are 414 444 5490, 414 444 5530. And we're on Facebook Live and YouTube. If you miss something, you can always go back and rewind and watch the program all over again. And guess what? You'll get to see me again. The other thing is we're on 860 AM and 106.5 FM. And so before we went to break, we were talking about doulas and the importance of having that option. And I'm going to act real like I don't know nothing. Tell us the difference between a doula and a midwife.
That's easy.
That's easy. Okay.
So I actually have a t-shirt line coming out. It's called Doula's Coach, Midwife's Catch.
Oh.
I like that.
Wait. You got it coming out. Now you just put it on the radio.
I do. I have it coming out.
You better hurry up and quick get it and put a date on it before somebody else.
Yes,
you heard it here.
Yes, you heard it here.
April
first.
1st, 2026.
Yes.
Deanna Tharp.
Yes.
Don't take it.
Don't take it. Please don't take it. Yes. So Doula's Coach, Midwife's Catch. Midwives actually are medically trained. As I can speak from home birth midwives, we definitely do all of the checks, ensure that mom and baby are healthy. We still do regular blood draws, urine analysis, ensuring that mom and baby are healthy, that their diets are good. And then the doula is definitely the coach, right? Emotional, physical advocacy. That's where we see the difference.
Wow. So we all learned something new. As we continue this conversation, if somebody wanted to get a doula, how do they find you?
So for Wisconsin Doulas of Color Collective, we are at doulasofcolor.org, or they could give us a call, 262-899-9245. And then we're on all forms of social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wisconsindoulasofcolor.org.
And typically, when's the best time for somebody to reach out? Do you work with people as soon as they find out they're pregnant, or after the first trimester? What's a good time?
Ready.
Whenever they're ready. Okay.
Yeah, and there's actually fertility doulas as well. So women that may have issues conceiving, right, that are going through IVF, that need that extra support, somebody that is trained and that understands the process and that can help walk them through. We have doulas that assist with fertility, birth, postpartum, and abortion companion.
Charmaine?
Ditto.
Anything to add?
Ditto to what she said. Same. At any point when a mom is ready to conceive, ready to prepare if she's already pregnant. So anytime a mom is ready. And then in terms of contacting Essentially Empowered Inc. on all social media, also essentiallyempowered.com. We also partner with Children's as well. So reaching out through Children's and the information that was given earlier, and then you would be matched with one of the doulas on our team. And also for my practice, Woman is WMNST.com and WMNST.inc on all social media platforms.
So again, some of y'all may be riding in your car, or you may be in your office. If this is information you can use, or you know somebody that can use it, please share it. The one thing that we all, I believe, are here for, we want to see Black babies born healthy. the mom's healthy and that they make it to their first birthday and beyond. Infant mortality is real. And sometimes situations happen because people, the Bible says our people perish for lack of knowledge. So you don't have to read this in the book right now, not this morning. We're giving it to you free of charge.
Can I add something too?
Yes,
you mentioned
please.
when a mom is prepared or preparing for baby, but also if you've already had your baby, in terms of postpartum care, that's at that point you can also reach out to a doula for support as well. I think sometimes moms forget that within that first year or two, you still might need some support, and doulas can provide support there too.
Absolutely, because we know that postpartum is real.
Yes.
People suffer depression.
Yes.
And everybody's different. That's the other thing that we need to make sure folks understand. Every birth is different.
Yes.
Every woman is different. So you can't go by what happened with somebody else and say, this is going to happen for me too, because it may not. Yours may be much easier or could be harder. But whatever the resources that are available, we need to take advantage of it. And so I would certainly encourage us to, again, share the information. And the other thing is, we have 2 examples here of women who have made this a commitment, a part of their lives, because they want to do it. They want to do it. And I asked a question earlier about how do y'all get paid? Because I know that is a question.
Yeah.
And there is some legislation right now that U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin and Congresswoman Gwen Moore have authored, and it's to deal with legislation to address maternal health crisis, expand access to care. And what it is making sure that people get paid for this work.
Yeah. I took 2 hours of vacation from my 9 to 5 to be here today.
Girl.
That's what most people don't realize, is
Right.
that I'll have 26 years in
on your job,
on my job, and then I do this work. So yeah, it's real. I do, if I could go back really quick to the postpartum piece.
Yes.
We need to understand that there is postpartum disorders, anxiety, and then there's postpartum mental health issues that stem from the delivery and from the trauma that women encounter, right, during this period. However, that's why doulas, we always say that we not only doula the birthing person, but the unit, because there are characteristics that the family may pick up on that we don't see, that the birthing person may not know that they're going through. So that's why we have to build those relationships and be able to understand that mental health is real and it's a true ailment within our community, and that we do need the help. And thanks to Governor Evers for that postpartum expansion bill.
For a whole year.
For a whole year, finally.
Right. Because how long?
7 years we've been fighting. Yes, 7 years we've been
to get
fighting
it done.
So I just wanted to bring that back up, that mental health is we're in a crisis right now, and that we do need to be able to recognize the difference within our moms and be able to save them, because they are the nucleus of the family.
Right. And the other thing I want to share that I became aware of, and you all may know this, the orange bracelets. Are you familiar with those?
I've heard of them.
So what's happening now in a number of the hospitals in Milwaukee County, when mothers have their babies, they're offered an orange. You know how those rubber bracelets. It's orange. And you don't have to take it, but you can. And what that does is you wear it for 6 weeks after your delivery or longer, so that if you're going through a crisis and maybe somebody calls, or if you got some other medical issue going on and they call the paramedics, that orange bracelet lets them know that you're a recent mom. And so they may care for you in a different way.
Yes.
So that information became available to me recently.
Yes.
And so I think we need to, know that. But what I will say, we appreciate both of you coming. I hope y'all will stick around just for a few minutes. I have another guest in in the house. And before we transition to her, I understand we have a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead.
Good morning, ladies. First and foremost,
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just catching the program on YouTube, and I want to know, how does one male become a doula?
So there is a young man in our community, Joshua Liston, Liston Sawali, Swadi, I think, or Zwadi. And if you Google Dad Doula, he does training every week. And I believe his training is held over at Sherman Phoenix. Yeah. But he is nationally known. And certainly, you know, we need men just like we need women. Absolutely. And if that is something that interests you, absolutely pursue it. And as you heard these young ladies say here, it's a calling. It's a calling. And it's not for the faint at heart. But the fact that you call and ask, that's the first step. So thank you for calling.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too, ladies.
All right. And so we have talked a lot this morning, and I know my time is winding down, but I also know that I want to just share with you a lot of what we talked about this morning is a part of what Black Child Development Wisconsin does. We provide resources, we provide information, and what we do, and you regular listeners have heard me on the program before. I talk about literacy. I've been on talking about our annual calendars. I was on last year talking about our gala. And the reason we do some of the things we do, such as our gala, which is coming up on Thursday, April 30th, is to raise money so that all the things we do in the community are free to children and families. We don't want costs to be a barrier to people accessing the information. Now, Healthy Start is a free program, but Black Child Development does other things in the community that provides us that we need to raise the money for. And we have been successful in doing that. I have Keisha Jones Sutton, who is here this morning, and she's gonna share a little bit of information about our upcoming gala and how exciting it's gonna be. Let me just say this, and I'm tooting my own horn, because if you don't,
as you should.
but our gala is gonna be April 30th this year at the Garage, at the Harley Davidson Museum, the Garage. The theme for this year is Ride into Literacy, where every child's story begins. This year is going to be different. And those of you who are out there listening, y'all probably say, another gala? I got to get dressed up and go and sit down at the table with somebody I don't know, and got to try to have small talk and eat the chicken and or the whatever, you know. That ain't this. It's a gala, but it ain't gonna be that gala. So you want to be there because we need to see you there to support our children and families. The cost is $150 a ticket, but it helps us to do, if we buy a book, one book is $20 to $25. We buy hundreds of books because we want our children to have new books, and we want them to have books that look like them with positive stories. I've had too many organizations want to offer me used books, and I turn them down. And I'm not being arrogant. I'm being real. If your kids can get new books that tell stories about them and look like them, my kids should be able to have that too. So I'm going to let Keisha give you a little bit more information. She's been working with us now. This is the second year.
It is.
And you know, these people got so many creative ideas. I just can't even think. But it's gonna be the bomb.
Yes.
Go ahead, Miss Keisha.
Well, good morning. We're all excited. So first I want to go back to the theme, right into literacy. And I think it's really important that we talk about that because literacy is really what allows our children to be successful as adults. When you don't understand what's going on around you or what people are talking about, or even just researching yourself to make sure that you understand what it is that you want to do or how you want to live, literacy is the key to all of that. So it's really important that we as adults pour back into not only our kids, but just our village, because we want to make sure that we're going to be old one day and they got to take care of us.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we're giving them the things that they need. As I was riding on my way here this morning, I was thinking about, all the things that are going around in the city, and we're always talking about what do we do? How do we do this? You got to do it young. Yes, we need to have programs for our older kids, but we also need to pour into them before it even gets to that. And this is one of those programs and initiatives that we need to support because it allows our children to be better and to, represent us when they get older. So I had to say that. So it's more, as we were talking about, what does this program look like for this year? We wanted it to represent the initiative that we're doing, but also show the kids. So a huge part of this program is it will be led by children. They will be doing the short program because we will not be having a long hour-long program. So you don't have
no
to
long speaker.
Nope. You don't have to sit up and watch anybody on stage for a long time. When you first come in, you will be greeted by our celloist, and I want to make sure I get his name right.
Malik Johnson.
Malik Johnson. He is Grammy nominated. So he will be hitting us with his smooth tones on the cello.
And let me just say this. Black Child Development first engaged with Malik when he was 10. And he was playing the keyboards. And he came to one of our events and he was our music. Malik now is 26.
Yep.
Wow. So we saw the talent in him at 10. Yep. All right.
Yep. And then you will also get to see live art by Malcolm McCrae, Baba Art. And I want to make sure I say it right. So ART stands for Ancestral Rooted Teacher.
And Malcolm, I met him in a paint store when he was 16. I was standing next to him. He was buying paint. I was getting a key made. And he had his portfolio. And I was looking at the pictures. I said, who did that? He said, I did. And I said, really? And at the time, I needed to have some murals done in our childcare facility. And I hired him at 16. Wow. And fast forward, he's 45 now. And he's on his way back this week from Senegal, South Africa. But his art is off the chain.
It's amazing.
And he's doing some, we commissioned him to do 3 pieces.
Yep.
And then we'll have some limited editions of each one, 33 of each one of his limited edition. So we ain't selling no hundreds
at
of
the event.
That's right.
So you got to come to the event. So as Ms. Wanda said, he will be doing 3 pieces. 2 pieces will already be done, but he'll be doing the 3rd piece live at the auction. So
at the gala.
At the gala. So if you want to see him in action, come see him. And then you can also get the pieces for yourself so you can take it home. We'll also have DJ Lolo. So she'll keep the night going, keep you guys knowing what's happening. You'll hear from the children throughout the night. We'll have video, we'll have little snippets, they'll be on the mic. But like I said, it will not be your standard program. We will have about like a 20-minute program where the children will lead it. And the biggest part of our the gala is the silent auction. So let me plug that. If you are a business owner, you want to support, you're looking for a way to support, one, we want you in the room. But also, we're sure you have beautiful packages that people would love to bid on. So if you are a business owner or just a person in the community that wants to support BCDI, we are still accepting silent auction items. We are still accepting sponsors. So we would love for you to give us a call. Let me give the number.
414-236-5641. And we're going to keep plugging this, but I understand there's a caller on the line, so we want to get that person in.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I was calling because we went to vote yesterday at the early voting and found out that the Capitol site has moved.
Yes, it has.
And it's at 4170 North 56th Street. They did not give sufficient notice. And people need to know it's right there by the dialysis thing in Midtown. When you go down from Culver's, you make that right and go up there where the dialysis center is. And also the Washington Park site will be closed on Friday. And there's no voting on Monday.
Okay. Yeah, no voting on Monday. It ends on Sunday. But what I would encourage people to do is go on the website, city.milwaukee.gov/early voting. And I'm getting signaled I got to go, y'all. They telling me I got to go. But listen, thank you all for participating, for making my first host experience. I think I did all right. They told me I did. So I said when I came, I didn't want to mess up where they wouldn't invite me back again. So they might invite me back again.
No, you coming back.
All right. So with that, let's keep Michelle and Lakeisha and them kids in our prayers as they travel. Remember Miss Angela as we lift her up and her family on the passing of her grandson. And remember, this is Passover week. Get to somebody church on Sunday. Say goodbye. Goodbye.